know y'all pretty much want to know how the fight gonna play out. I can't really say, but we'll just have to see.
Last thing that Robert said was he brought up the Castillo fight, and he said that he thought you lost that fight. This is just minutes ago, and that you haven't been in a street fight. Okay.
I mean, I just feel like, I mean, you take the best thing for everybody really to do is, I mean, if they feel Castillo beat me, well, why he couldn't do it again? If they feel he beat me the first time, and you go back and look at the fight. Just look at the fight on mute. A lot of times when I'm fighting, like I said before, like I said on All Access, I'm fighting the media, fighting all the critics, I'm fighting all the jealousy. I'm fighting a little bit of everything. Every day. My whole life has been a fight and a struggle. But I always know how to rise to the top because I'm a natural born fighter, and I'm a natural born winner at whatever I do. Like I tell my children, winning doesn't always have to do it having your hand raised or coming first. Winning is giving 100%. So, when I go back and when I look at the Castillo fight, I don't even worry about what nobody says, because I know that it was Larry Merchant them saying, "Oh, we never seen Floyd like that." But look at the Castillo fight. The guy lost the first 6 rounds. So you're gonna tell me he won? So if he did win the next 6 rounds, that's the draw in my book. Last time I checked. So out of the last 6 rounds, even if he won 4 and lost 2, I'm good with math. So that's like 8-4. Thank you, Swag.
Want more sugar?
Maidana. No, I was gonna say, when Maidana was in here talking to us, he was asked, do you have to win by a knockout because you're such a supreme boxer compared to him? And he said he's gonna be. His point was, Floyd Mayweather doesn't throw a lot of punches, and he's gonna be throwing, a ton of punches. But you've seen that before.
I've seen it before.
So when you hear
you got guys that's rugged and rough. You got guys that's rugged and rough. Only thing I want this guy, I want him to bring his best, because if he bring his best, then he may be the first guy to actually make me dig in my bag of tricks and pull out my A game. So hopefully he make me pull out my A game, because my whole career all I had to use was a D and C game to beat every guy. I never had to use an A game or a B game. So we'll just have to see.
What do you think about the fact that I asked him this before also? In boxing, sometimes you win the big fight, but you don't necessarily, it doesn't get you that next big fight because there's politics involved. This is a case where you looked at what he did with Broner. He won the fight. He earned the fight with you, and you gave him the fight.
It's not just the Broner fight.
Okay.
I look at his last 4 fights. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not just judging him off one fight. His last 4 fights, he done a superb job. He done a good job, and he's the guy that we chose. He's the guy that we chose, and he got an 80% knockout ratio. So I can't sleep on this guy.
Kevin Iole sitting next to you raised a question that Corley caught you with 1 shot, Shane caught you with 1 shot, but they couldn't deliver 2 shots, and somehow I guess Robert believes that he can catch you with 2 shots when he's not the boxer they were.
Well, then I look at a situation like this, not taking anything away from Adrian Broner. Me myself, I was at 130. I gradually moved up. Making smart moves. You got to gradually move up. Adrian Broner was a lightweight or a junior lightweight that moved all the way up to welterweight. He did knock Adrian Broner out. Now we can look at this. Now you're gonna tell me this is a blown up lightweight that you couldn't knock down, but you couldn't finish the job. So I just look in way different scenarios like that. That's what I do myself. So we'll just see what he brings to the table come Saturday.
How big of a factor is being a guy who's fought 3 times? Well, you've been fighting at 147 for a number of years, but also fought 3 times at 154 against.
I don't really think it's really a lot of times. In my case, I'm gonna talk about me. In my case, I don't really think it's really about the weight. I think it's about just mentally being strong. It's about mental with me. You got a lot of guys, like I said before, in the past. I want you guys to listen to me. You got guys that hit hard. You got guys that's fast. You got guys that's strong. But when it comes to mentally, I don't think guys can go to that level that I'm at. Guys can go to that mental level that I'm at.
Floyd, do you have any thoughts on this? I just came up, somebody actually mentioned this to me. I think that if you win the fight against Maidana, you'd be the first fighter ever to have simultaneously unified the 154-pound title and 2 welterweight titles. Sort of another historical resume.
Yeah, but I've never known, me myself, I looked at it, I never known a guy to have, well, you know, they'll always take my belts away and let the guys fight for them, which I don't understand. And I totally disagree with that interim belt stuff, totally disagree. They need to get that out of boxing. That's why when we talk about cleaning up the sport, if I'm gonna be in the sport, to clean up the sport, interim belts need to be out of boxing, because these guys get to thinking they real champions carrying, 2 guys carrying the same belt in the ring, and they like, well, which guy is champion? So as far as these people have an interim belt, we need to get that out.
But you've got the main belts for those organizations.
Well, we do know I'm the WBC and the WBA champion at junior middleweight, and I'm the WBC champion at welterweight. We do know that. And I don't know when the last time you had a...
No, and if you win Saturday, you'll be the WBA welterweight champion also.
Yeah, but you know me, like I said before, I love I love accomplishing certain things. You know, that's a part of my legacy, of course. But, you know, I don't go in there talking about I just want to win this belt. You know, I want to look impressive when I go out there Saturday. I want to look impressive. I want to put on a good show, and we don't look for this fight to go the distance. So, if Robert said that this guy talking about he looking for the knockout, and I know that we looking at the fight not going the distance, so you're gonna get a hell of a fight Saturday. I guarantee you that.
Floyd, what you said in terms of the titles, do you respect a guy like Canelo who said, I don't want to fight Erislandy Lara for his WBA belt because Floyd is the real WBA champion at 154?
I can't do nothing but take my hat off to the guy. Because he's stepping up to the plate talking about that's how we clean up the sport. Even like with the Shane Mosley thing, the move that he made, I can respect that. You know, when Shane Mosley was the WBA champion, even though I didn't fight him for his belt, when I beat him, technically he knows that he really wasn't the WBA welterweight champion, so he relinquished his belt. Stuff like that I can respect, and I take my hat off to guys like that, because that's called cleaning up the sport of boxing, and that's what it's about, cleaning up the sport. I'm the guy that started it.
Right,
so,
that's what I'm asking.
You know, like I said before, when y'all look at all exits, I like to lead by example. So, you know, I was put here to lead leaders. So, you know, if these guys don't want to listen, then there's nothing I can do. You know, there's nothing that we can do. Only thing we can, USADA has been here more than they have ever been to the boxing gym or to training camp for this fight. They've been there sometimes 4 days out of 5 days of training. Sometimes they come 5 days out of 5 days of training. So, you know, I'm always willing to give blood or give urine just to show the world that I'm a clean athlete. I'm not just out there saying, you know what, I'm the best, but I don't want to be tested. You know, I'm the best, and test me. You know, all natural.
Well, what will it take to convince other fighters that that's the way to go? Will it take an accident in the ring?
I think that now everybody is listening. At first, everybody was like, Floyd is a coward, he's scared, which I can care less. You know, like I said before, I'm one of the highest paid cowards in the world, so, you know, so yeah, I don't mind.
The highest paid.
Probably the highest paid coward in the world. So, all I want to do is clean up the sport of boxing. This sport will live on when I'm gone. As long as we got guys like Leonard Ellaby and Richard Schaefer, and we can continue to do business with this marvelous property. Of course, the best of the best, the MGM Grand. The sport will live on. But what we need is, when you guys are writing, call a spade a spade. When you guys are writing these articles and you guys are on social media, give it to them. Give it to them a spade. Just like the difference. And I look at Showtime, and I'm not just saying this. When I'm over with another company, I see that I'm dominating guys and beating guys, but you know, all the feedback I'm getting is negative. But then I'm at Showtime, and everything is positive. Like guys like Paul Marginali and Jim Gray, those guys do a tremendous job, and they're very, very positive. And guys like that, are helping the sport to live on. At one particular time, remember, everybody wanted to fight on a certain network. But then once I made that jump, and I'm with Showtime, Showtime is #1. So I'm just showing you guys what impact I have on this sport. But I didn't do it by myself. I had a very, very, very good team, and we had a very, very good game plan.
Well, you mentioned the Showtime, and that made me think this is now, I believe, your 3rd fight of that 6-fight contract. Instead, before the other fights, that you're going to do up the contract and be done, or is that still your feeling that it's Saturday night?
We want to continue to give them boxing. You know, we want to continue to give them boxing. You know, everybody talking about 50-0, and everybody talking about 51-0. We take one fight at a time.
So it sounds like you're backing off, because you had said very specifically, you know, 6, you know, the contract's up, I'm out. Sounds like a little change of.
Different days I feel different ways. Different days I feel different ways.
How do you feel
know,
today?
but I'm gonna tell you tomorrow, and y'all can write this in y'all. You know, write this in. Y'all can write this down, take notes. Tomorrow's gonna be one of the best all access. You know, you're gonna see. This all access is gonna be a little different tomorrow. But you know, of course, we always like, you know, even though we got Mayweather promotions, you know, we love to sell a lifestyle, because the thing is this, it's about growing. We love to sell a lifestyle, but it's other people that's on the team that, that I want to embark on and talk about today. Far as, you know, Chris, he's one of the trainers that help a lot of our guys in the gym. You know, we got my cousin Dewan Blake. He's managing fighters. He's doing a tremendous job. And you know, like I said, we have a huge team. You know, when we say a company, we have a huge company, and we're not just involved in the sport of boxing. You know, we're doing so many different things. As far as I'm finishing up my deal right now with Monster. I got my own these new headphones coming out with Monster, and if everybody know, Monster was the company from the beginning that started Beats by Dre. So, you know, hopefully we can do some remarkable numbers over at Monster, which I truly believe we can. And another great thing that I'm happy with, my daughter's mother was able to open her store up, and she's generating great income in the last 3 months. You know, 6 figures, which is a great thing for a clothing boutique. We got Bad Medina, she has a makeup line. We got Ricky Brazil, he has female clothing. We got James McNair, he's running the entertainment department with music and movies. So everybody is my team is growing. Everything takes time, but we're growing. And like I said before, we like working with Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer is Golden Boy. You know, he does all the day-to-day leg work. He works hard. He's up late on the phone with Leonard, 3, 4 in the morning, taking flights. And so, you know, people that's putting work in like this, you got to commend them and take your hat off to, take your hat off to guys like Richard Schaefer. Take your hat off to guys like Leonard, traveling to the East Coast, traveling across seas, being up late. I mean, just to make an event like this happen. And you know why? All I have to do now is I sit at home and I may come up with a game plan. Now all I got to do is pick up the phone or let's say text this. This is a new game plan. Let's come up with this. As far as all access, we're showing less boxing because we want to show more lifestyle, because that's what the people want to see. People are intrigued because people have already seen Floyd Mayweather hit the bag 1,000 times. They seen me hit the pads 1,000 times. I'm happy with when I came over to another company, they were able to let me come up with my own ideas and say, you know what, for you coming up with your creative ideas and you coming up with different ideas to build the sport and make the sport grow, you can be an executive producer. To whereas, when I come up with other shows in other places, they just, I'm just, I don't have no ownership. So whatever I get involved with, no matter what it is, I have to have some ownership.
Floyd, did you ever imagine that you'd be so involved in the business aspect of it?
I didn't really know. I didn't really know. And I gotta say, I gotta thank Kelly Swanson, the best publicist in the world, because like I said before, when I was locked away, She was writing me every day. So you know, so I have to be loyal. You know, a lot of times, you know, we give her a lot of slack because if it's something that's not right, I'm gonna give her a lot of slack. But at the end of the day, she does a great job, and she's a woman that I love.
If there is a major shakeup at Golden Boy, do you know how you would have a vision of how you would like your future promotions to be structured?
A major shakeup, you know, like Richard, he always has a home. He is always a home over here. We would love to work with him hand in hand if he has any problems over there, because that's a company that we know Richard Schaefer builds. So you know, Richard and Leonard working hand in hand. All we're gonna do, we working hand in hand already. So, like I said before, we would love to work with Richard. He's a great guy, a great father. You know, I love to see him at the game with his boys. Sometimes I get a little jealous because you know I want to be at the game with my boys, but my sons want to do activities all day. So, but you know, everything has went great. You know, and Marcos Maidana, I think he's going to bring his best. He's a solid competitor. He's going to bring his best, but he has to wonder, like, why, with all these guys that's big and strong, why can't no guy just walk through Mayweather? So it's obvious I'm doing something right, or I'm strong in a lot of different departments that people don't know I'm strong in to keep these guys up off of me. Junior middleweights, big welterweights. See, while these guys are losing weight, I'm trying to put on weight. I walk, you know, this training camp, I've been walking around at 47, 48 the whole training camp. You know, I can basically eat what I want. And every camp is different. You know, every camp is different. Me and my father relationship is tremendous. We have a great relationship. We working hand in hand every day. But, you know, my main focus now is the future of boxing, you know. You know, all the guys that's under my banner, you know, they are my focus because, you know, I think I've made some, you know, I had to just thank Al, and it's been a little bit of luck, you know, meeting the right billionaire guys and being able to, you know, own real estate in New York City. Is like I said before, I've had a great career.
Are you saying that you think Richard could come over to Mayweather Promotions and make it something akin to what Golden Boy was for Oscar?
I'm just saying, Richard know the door is always open. Richard Schaefer know he's family. I always look at him as family. You know, I think that we're stronger together than apart. And I think we're going to continue to grow with each other. We're going to continue to build with each other.
Would it be fair to say that you wouldn't be working with Golden Boy Promotions if Richard wasn't the CEO?
Probably not. Probably not. The reason why I'm working with Golden Boy is because of Richard Schaefer.
Floyd, looking at your six-pack, though, talking about your future, the last 3 fights coming up after this one, do you think they'll still be here in Vegas, or you plan to move out?
Richard Stern has been great. You know, Richard Stern has been great. You know, this hotel has gave me everything I asked for and even more. You know, they just bought, you know, they bought me a $1.6 million Bugatti the other day when the first day when my fight sold out. Bought me a $400,000 watch just the day of Pacquiao Bradley fight. That was the day, right? The day of Pacquiao Bradley fight, they bought me a $400,000 watch, which 10 Rolex, the Rolex that they bought me, 10 is made around the world, but only 4 in the U.S. And I was looking at that watch for 3 years. I was contemplating, like, should I buy it? Should I buy it? MGM Grand stepped right up to the plate and said, Floyd, whatever you want. We want you comfortable, and we want to treat you like your family, because you are family.
Surprised you didn't buy it.
How much did that Rolex cost?
A Submariner with emeralds, 400,000.
Floyd, what about the prospects of buying the LA Clippers? Is that
I was going to actually, I called Al today about that, to see if we can, and see if me, Leonard, and Al, and hopefully Rich and a couple other guys, a couple other my billionaire guys, we can come together and see what we can come up with. Hopefully we can do it, and it's not just talk. I do want to, you know, I wouldn't mind, because but once I get, you know, ownership in the Clippers, I can no longer bet. So I have to stop that. I can no longer bet. The sportsbook have to stop that completely. What time is it?
Is that something you'd really be interested in?
4:39.
Okay, we got time.
Is that something you'd
go to the bank. I got a bet today.
Is that something that would interest you, being a part of an ownership group for a major franchise like that?
Well, you know, I've had some, you know what, whereas, you know, with me, you know, I can't come in talking about Mayweather's only gonna get 3%, 4%. You know, I got to get a solid percentage.
No, I'm saying, but I mean, does that
Do we
attract you?
do we want to buy the Clippers? Yes, we do. We're very, very interested in buying the Clippers.
Would you move them to Vegas?
No, we'll keep the Clippers right where they're at because, actually, when I'm off, when I'm not boxing, I'm at the games all the time because, you know, I walk right to the game. You know, I walk right over to the game, to the Clippers game and the Lakers game every day.
Which is your team? What's your favorite? I mean, you're at Laker games.
Well, you know, I talk to Kobe a lot. You know, Kobe's one of my favorite players, and Kobe's also a friend of mine. I'm always talking a lot. You know, I'm always talking trash to the players. It's fun to go to the game and talk trash to the players and just, you know, shoot the shit at the players. But we do want to buy the Clippers. We do. Me and my team do. Me and my team do want to buy the Clippers, and we can afford the Clippers. But
Are you interested in the Clippers?
yeah, but he always at the game. He like the Lakers.
He wants the Lakers, that's
he like
right.
Lakers. But
The cheap teams.
you know, Donald Sterling, you know, I mean, everybody has been, you know, he's been getting a lot of negative press. And my thing is this, I don't have nothing negative to say about this guy. He's always treated me with the utmost respect. He has always invited me to games, always. Said always, and has always told me, Floyd, I want you to sit right next to me and my wife. I don't know about the mistress. But I'm talking about him and the wife. And the mistress has always tried to sit girls by me, and I'll be like, no. I was always like, no, you know, this is my guy's seat. You know, my guy, his nickname, we call him P. Rilla, but we're talking about James McNair. He always sit by me because he's, you know, he used to play basketball, no different from one of my guys that's a football player. He has to sit by me if we got good football seats, which is Ricky Brazil. So, you know, whatever my guys are into or whatever they did in the past, if they play baseball, then when we go to the baseball game, they got to sit next to me in the good seats. If you're a baseball player, you sit next to me. You're a football player, when we go to football game, you get the best seats. So whatever activity you have done in the past or recreation or sport, that's you get to sit next to me if you've done that activity or that sport.
Theoretically. How much you like that?
I don't know.
That's a big number.
I don't know. That's not. I'm not really worried about that.
I'm not worried, but
I mean, you know, I'm being honest. I be contemplating every day talking about getting out the sport now.
even before the contract is up?
Yeah, I'm very, very comfortable. Very comfortable. And it's I think that it's not really hard for me to get up, because when I get to the boxing gym, it's like getting me to the gym. You know, I'd be like, I go out in the garage. I go in the garages, both, and I look around. I say, do I want to drive you? And I go on the other side and say, do I want to drive you?
So what's still the
Then
motivation then? To still fight? I mean, you don't need to at all.
The legacy. The legacy. Because I want to know. When you mention boxing, all I want you to mention is one name. That's Floyd Mayweather. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to, when my career is over, I don't want y'all talking about nobody else. Nobody else.
You sound conflicted now about it. Do I want to keep doing it?
I mean, I'm only human. I'm only human. I can contradict myself. I'm human. I make mistakes. I ain't perfect. You know when if one of my children are hurt, I hurt. If my mother is hurt, I hurt. If my father is hurt, I hurt. You know, if I'm arguing with somebody, if I'm arguing with a loved one, it hurts me. I'm human. I never claim to be perfect. Like I always tell people. As of right now, and God only made one thing perfect, and y'all know what that is, right? My boxing record. I'm just so messing with y'all, man. I always do that.
You
man.
and Joe Caltaghi.
Floyd, you talk about legacy, but wouldn't your legacy be better served if you actually fought Manny Pacquiao, who is the one fighter that people sort of put up near the level with you?
I just want to say that congratulations to Manny Pacquiao on his last fight. You know, he got the victory, and Floyd Mayweather fights for Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather Company is Mayweather Promotions.
If Khan had fought and defeated Alexander in December as he originally planned to do, who would you be fighting Saturday night?
I can't really say. I don't really know. You know, that's why in life you just don't never know what can happen. Like Forrest Gump say, life is like a box of chocolates. I see y'all two talking. I'm always gonna answer the question like I want to answer it, because y'all can keep bringing up the guy all you want to. You know, I know how Bob Bam worked, but you know, like I said, I'm happy with my career. Very, very happy with my career. When you look, you know, when I just sit back sometimes in my bed and I just look, and I turn on the TV, I'll be like, I want to do that. I miss doing that by myself, or I miss, you know, I want to, when I'm watching TV, because my TV is up, of course, I'm like, I want to go places by myself. I want to do things by myself. You think I want to always go to the movie theater and take security? I want to do things by myself. No, I want to come to the casino by myself and play blackjack by myself. You know, I want to travel with, I want to be able to travel. You know, if I have a wife, I want to be able to travel with just me and her. I want to be able to do one-on-one things, but guess what? It's a gift and it's a curse. Because God could have easily put somebody else in this position. So I say, you know, it's me, so I gotta take it for what it's for, and just be thankful that I'm one of the chosen ones.
Floyd, with Miss Jackson out of your life, is there any?
No, we don't still want to say that. That's kind of rude.
Floyd in your life.
But we don't want to just say that nobody really knows what goes on really in my personal life, because you hear certain things on social sites. It's just safe to say that her good outweighs her bad. You know, just like I know my good outweighs my bad. And sometimes, you know, it's the same thing with people on my team. You know, it's the same thing happens in a relationship. It's called divide and conquer. And that happens every day in life. You know, I had nothing negative to say about her. You know, and you know, the thing is this, what I don't like about relationships or friendships or anything, same thing with 50 Cent. I can't talk good about you. I can't talk good about you on Monday, and then we split apart because we didn't see eye to eye on a certain situation, and talk bad about you on Friday. Then I wasn't real to be, we didn't have a real bond or a real friendship anyway. I think it's safe to say is, if you don't have nothing good to say about somebody, don't say nothing at all. And if you do want to say something bad about them, say it behind closed doors, not out in the open. And that's a part of me growing and being mature.